Hello everyone, this is myself Juberia Siddiqa. Today in this session I am going to discuss about the stem cells. What are the stem cells? First of all, we have to see the definition for the stem cell. A stem cell is a blank cell that can give rise to the multiple tissue types such as the skin, muscles or the nerve cell. So it is a basic cell from where it has the capacity to produce the different types of the cells. We can take the example for this like a skin cell, muscle cell or the nerve cell. Coming to the properties of the stem cell, general properties of the stem cell. First of all, these are like stem cells are unspecialized cells. Means what is it means? Specialized cells means a cell which has the capacity after the getting determination it has to produce the same type of the cell. So this is called as a specialized cell. But here a stem cell has the capacity to produce the different types of the cells. That's why it is also called as like a unspecialized cell. And stem cells can divide and renew themselves for the long period of time. So it has the capacity for the division, it has the capacity for the multiplication and to regenerate itself for the long period of time. A stem cell can divide and become the specialized cell type of the body, and it also shows the specificity of the characters by showing the formation of the different types of the cell. A stem cell can replace the dying, old or the damaged cell. It also has the capacity to renovate the new cells after in the place of the damage or the death cell. So in the property, what are the characters we observe here? First one is about like a unspecialized cell, and then stem cells can divide and renew themselves for the long period of time. Stem cells can divide and become the specialized or the specific in nature, and it also shows the specificity in the nature, and it also has the capacity to replace of the damaged cells. And what are the unique feature of these stem cells? If we talk about the unique features of the stem cells, when a stem cells divides, each new cell has the potential to either remain as a stem cell or become another cell with a more specialized function. What you are understand by this term here means if a cell is going to be divided, each new cell has the potential to remain as a stem cell or it has the potential to produce the another type of the cells. Example, it may be converted into a same cell or it may also produce the different cells like a muscle cell, RBC cell or the red blood cell or the brain cell. The second one, the stem cell are the capable of undergo cell division after the long period of inactivity. Means this type of the cell also has the capacity to undergo the cell division, and under certain physiologic or the experimental conditions they can be induced to become the tissue or organ specific cell with specific function or with a specific special function. So here these three are the unique feature. The first one is about after the division, after the formation of the stem cell, it may be remain as such the stem cell or it also has the capacity to convert into the new cell. The another word is like the stem cell also capable to show the cell division after the long period of inactivity, and under the certain physiological or the experimental condition it also become like induced to form the tissue or organ specific cells. And see, this is the stem cells, how it will be from you. This is come from like a human developmental continuation, like how they are showing to be developed. First from this single cell embryo, this is the first one is single cell embryo, only one cell, and after the third day this is the embryo, third day of embryo, how the embryo is going to be cleave or showing the cleavage. And after the division, the formation in the 5th to 7th day of the formation of embryo, it shows the, or it also forms the embryonic stem cells. We will going to discuss about this embryonic stem cells. What are these embryonic stem cells? Now for that, see, first of all, from a single cell of embryo, it is going to be converted into the third cell of embryo or the third day, how it the division or the cleavage pattern we can see. And then from the 5th to 7th day of embryo, the embryonic stem cells are going to be exist, and it also shows the totipotency. I'll discuss what is the totipotency later. And now see, after the 4-week embryo, you can see in this 4th week of embryo and then 6th week of embryo, how the generation, how the changes of the cells will be take place in the embryonic germ cells. Here only in the 5th to 7th day of embryo you can see the embryonic stem cells, but in the 6th week of embryo that you can see the formation of germ layers or the primordial germ layers. The primordial germ layers, the germ layer, it has the capacity to develop into the ectoderm. As we know, the 3 germ layers are there. Basically, how many germ layers are there? Ectoderm, and then mesoderm, and then endoderm. We know about these 3 type of the germ layers. So in the 6th week of embryo, the germ layers are developed from the developing embryo. And then see the fetal tissue stem cell, that is called as the, if you take the tissue of the fetus, then you can get the pluripotency or the multipotent type of the stem cells. And see the cells, the cord blood stem cells. You know the cord blood, the umbilical cord is the cord or the tissue which is a connection between the fetus and the mother. So there in the cord, the blood stem cells, like the placental stem cells, which also shows the character of the pluripotent or the multipotent. And then you can see that in the infant and the adult type of the stem cells, it is called as like a pluripotent and the multipotent. It has the capacity. And then the tumor germ cells, if we talk about the germ cells which is getting from the tumor, it like a embryonical carcinoma cells. It is called as the EC cells. Why we are consider this cancer cell or the carcinoma cell? Why? Because the carcinoma cell has the capacity to replicate in the fastest rate. As we know, the cancer, in the cancer condition, the cells are uncontrolled growth. We can see the uncontrolled growth in the cell. So that type of growth we want to develop the different organs. That's why we are taking these carcinoma cells. So you can see that how the developmental fetus show the embryonic stages are the embryonic stem cells, and which stem cells show the different types of the characteristics like the totipotency, pluripotency. Totipotency means is the total, means from the stem cell you can produce the total type of the different type of the cells in the body. So likewise, multipotency means the potential is, it means to do the to do or to exhibit or to form the different types of cell to show its work, that is called as a potency. So multipotency, where the multiple type of the cells are going to be produced. And see here, after that, the 3 unique properties of the stem cell. What are those? I already discussed about this. Again, once again, you can see in this slide. Stem cells are the capable of dividing and renewing themselves for the long period. Means it has the capacity to divide and to renovate, means to renew or to regenerate itself, means again generation process will be take place. And then they are the unspecialized and they can give rise to the specialized type of the cell. A stem cell is a uncommitted and until it receives a signal to develop into the specialized cells. So what is the meaning of commitment or the uncommitted means? Committed cell means from the muscle cell it has to only produce the muscle cell in the embryonic condition, but from any muscle cell the development of any different type of the cell, then we can take the example of the uncommitted condition. Means a cell show that develop the similar type of the cell, then it is called as the committed in nature. But uncommitted condition means the stem cells has the uncommitted condition, that's why it can grow any type of the cells in the body, that's why it is a uncommitted. So we know about the commitment. Commitment means to decide to do any one particular thing, but here to decide, it is not to decide, it is not to fix on that only one type of cell has to be produced, but this stem cell had the capacity to develop any different types of the cell. And what is the unspecialized? See here, the unspecialized stem cells. A stem cell does not have any tissue specific structure. See, any specific structure is not showing, that's why it can grow any different types of the cell. And the stem cells can give rise to the specialized cells including the heart, muscle cell, blood cell or the nerve cell. Means it is not fixed on that only I have to produce this and this. No, it has the capacity to produce any type of the cell, that's why that nature is called as the unspecialized in nature. And then stem cells are capable of dividing and renewing themselves for the long period. What it means? The stem cells may replicate. Replication means the duplication or to divide again and again, that is called as a replicate many times. And stem cells are capable of long term self renewal. Self renewal means to produce new one or to regenerate itself. And see, the stem cells can give rise to the specialized cell. What are the stem specialized cells? Let us see here. The differentiation is the process of, it is a very important phenomena here. The differentiation is the process of becoming the specialized stem cells from the unspecialized cells. The signals inside and outside the cell that trigger stem cell differentiation. The differentiation means what? It has to become the specialized one, that is called as the differentiation. The internal signal are controlled by cell's gene, and the external signals include the chemicals secreted by other cells, physical contact with neighboring cells in the microenvironment. So the signals it may be like a paracrine. Why? Because the neighboring cells, whatever the neighboring cells are there beside, suppose this is a one cell and this is another there. So for showing the differentiation, the signal is coming from these cells, means the lateral cells. So this type of signaling is called as like a paracrine signaling. So it may be received from the neighbor cell to get or to activate to show the differentiation. And then stem cell exist in both embryos and adults. So what we have to know that it is not present in the embryos. In the adult also the stem cells are produced. Like in the embryos, the stem cell functions to generate new organs and to tissues, whereas in the adult they function to replace the cells during the natural course of the cell turnover. So in the adult also it is present, but when we talk about in the adults, it only shows the replacement, whereas in the embryo it shows the capacity to generate the new organs and the tissues, whereas in the adults it only present to remove or to replace the cells which are going to be die, or the turnover period is completed. And see here, this is the stem cell. First one is example, that is the hematopoietic stem cells, means that is a precursor cell for the blood cells formation. And from here, these blood cells are the hematopoietic stem cell. it is again convert. It may be, as such I told now, it has the nature to, it may be developed into the stem cell, or it may be generate the another type of the cell, like the nerve cell is going to be generate. And then progenitor cell, it is a myeloid progenitor cells. So myeloid progenitor cell, it leads to the formation of, that is the neutrophil blood cell, as well as specialized cells. Example, RBC cells. RBC and the WBC cells are produced from this that is the myeloid progenitor cells. This is a comparison of the progenitor, precursor cell and the stem cell. How this is going to be changed? It may show the development of the same cell. It has the capacity to develop into the same cell, or it also has the capacity to develop into the new type of cell, or the myeloid progenitor cell, it also responsible for the formation of the blood cell. It may be in the form of like a WBC cells, neutrophil cells, or the RBC cells, or the blood cells are produced. And see here the distinguishing features of the progenitor cells and the stem cell. You can differentiate, or you can distinguish by these characters. What is a stem cell and what is a progenitor cell? A stem cell is an unspecialized cell that develop into a variety of specialized cell types. We discussed this is a before that how it will be take place, means a cell has the capacity to develop into the any type of cell. Such nature is called as a unspecialized. And then whenever we talk about the progenitor, a progenitor cell is unspecialized, that is capable of undergoing cell division and yielding the two specialized cell. So here two, rather than that, it can be developed into the two specialized cells. A stem cell divide and gives rise to one additional stem cell and a specialized cell. We can take the example for this. Hematopoietic stem cells produce a second generation stem cell and a neuron. It can be produced into the stem cell, or it also produce the nerve cell. Whereas in the progenitor cell, a myeloid progenitor cell undergoes cell division to yield two specialized cells like the neutrophils or the RBC. So you can see how the difference will be take place. Means a stem cell has the capacity to produce the second division of the stem cell or the second generation of the stem cell, or it also has to produce the nerve cell. Whereas if we talk about the progenitor, it is going to be formed two different types of the cells, which are the specific or the specialized in the nature. And what are the sources for stem cell? So see here, the stem cells are found in the adults. Where we can get this? This is the sources. The first one is about the stem cells are found in the adults. Stem cells have been obtained from the fetal tissues of the aborted pregnancies. Whatever the aborted pregnancies will done, from there the tissue collection or the stem cell collection will be take place. And then stem cells have been isolated from early stage human embryo. You can also extract from the developing fetus side or the developing fetus. And then embryonic stem cell means the stem cells which we get from the embryo. The embryonic stem cell are embryonic germ cells. The germ cells of the embryo which is in future developed into the 3 germ layers, and it also has the capacity of to develop into the stem cells. What are the sources of embryonic stem cells? Where from we can get these embryonic stem cells? From the embryos. Embryonic stem cells are obtained from the 5th to 7th day old living embryo. The removal of embryonic stem cells result in the destruction of the embryo. Means if we have to, it is a high risk of the life. If we want to remove this, you have to be destruct the developing embryo. And fetus, embryonic germ cell can be obtained from the either miscarriages or the aborted fetuses. So whatever the miscarriage or the aborted fetuses is there, from there after that death, after that removal of there from the mother, it has to be collected from the tissue. And where we can get the adult stem cells? Adult stem cells we can get from the umbilical cord stem cells, placental stem cells, and the adult stem cells. So three different types of there we can see here. And sources of adult stem cell here: adult stem cells can be derived from umbilical cord, placenta. As we know, this is the connection between the mother and fetus. This is called as the umbilical cord, and the placenta and amniotic fluid. The amniotic fluid is nothing but which surrounds the developing embryo. Adult stem cells are present within the bone marrow, liver, epidermis, retina, skeletal muscles, intestine, brain, dental pulp, and elsewhere. And what are the advantages of embryonic stem cells? First of all, these are the flexible in nature, have the potential to make any cell, means it shows the flexibility to develop any type of the cell, and immortal, they are not going to be end or they are not going to be die. It can provide an endless supply of cells. And then availability, if we talk about the availability, embryos from in vitro fertilization clinics, where we can get from the clinics. This may be available in the clinic, where the developing embryos or the developing feticide cells are developed into the laboratory. What are the disadvantages? Difficult to differentiate uniformly into a target tissue. Immunogenic, cell from a random embryo donor may be rejected after the transplantation. So this may be called as like a cell rejection, or the tissue transplant rejection process will be take place. It may be act as a disadvantages. And then tumorigenic, it may be capable of forming the tumors after the insertion into the donor's body. It may be a chance to formation of a tumor. And then destruction of developing human life. As a result, the disadvantageous condition, it may be a risk of the human life. And what are the advantages of adult stem cells? Adult stem cells from bone marrow and umbilical cords appear to be as flexible, somewhat specialized. It may be like a somewhat specialized, it may be shows some type of flexibility in nature. Not immunogenic, it is not a immunogenic. Who receive the products of their own stem cell will not experience immune rejection. It is a self transplantation method. The self stem cell has to be implant. And then relative ease of that is the procurement. Some adult stem cells are easy to harvest, like a skin cell, muscle cell, and the bone marrow cells. It not a tumorigenic, or the forms the tumor. No harm done to the donors. It does not show the tumorous in nature than compared to the embryonic stem cell. And what are the disadvantages? Again, it may be like a limited in quality. We are not getting the more in number, and can sometimes be difficult to obtain a large number. It shows the finite, means may not live as long as embryonic stem cell in the culture. It shows the less flexibility, may be more difficult to reprogram to form another type of the tissue cells. And what are the superior features of embryonic stem cells? Embryonic stem cells are easier to identify, isolate, and harvest. We can easily isolate them, we can easily identify them, we can easily harvest, take away from the body of the embryo or the individuals, and they grow more quickly and easily in the lab than adult stem cells. They can be more easily manipulated. They are more plastic in nature, means they can be produce any different type of the cells. And now, what are the classification? If we talk about the classification of the stem cells can be classified by the extent to which they can differentiate into various cell types like the totipotent, pluripotent, multipotent and the unipotent. So let us see what is the totipotents or the types of the stem cells, how they are going to show the characters. And totipotent stem cells can become all, toti means total, all type of the cells. Pluripotents can become many, pluri means can become many but not all type of the cells. This is the pluripotent in nature. Multipotent can only become some type of the cells. First, totipotency, it shows like a all different types of the cell. This purple color one, wherever the purple line means it can produce the nerve cell, it can produce the pancreas, it also produce the blood cell, it also produce the muscle cell, and it also produce the bone marrow cell. But pluripotent means it only showing this green color one, it is only showing the some type of cells to generate. And then multipotency, where it only shows the multiple or the some type of only one or two different types of the cells can produce from the stem cells. So see here, what is the totipotency? Totipotent stem cells, the fertilized egg is said to be totipotent, which is go after the fertilization. That type of the cell is called as the fertilized egg. From the Latin totus, totus means entire, means complete, whole. You can understand that it the meaning for this entire, complete or whole. The very first cell of an embryo being the stem cell of all the feature cell of the organisms. So whatever the first cell form in the embryo, that is the stem cell. It has the potential to generate all the cells and tissues that make up an embryo. What is the pluripotent? Pluripotent stem cells are the descendants of the totipotent cells of the embryo. These cells which develop about 4 days after the fertilization. After the 4 days of fertilization, the cells are formed and those cells are called as the 4th day of fertilization. These are called as the pluripotent cell. They can produce all type of cell except for totipotent stem cell and the cells of the placenta. The placental cells are not produced from the pluripotent cell. And see, what is the pluripotent stem cell? The term pluripotent is used to denote the cells derived from all three embryonic germ layers. So this word is come from the germ layers like mesoderm, endoderm and the ectoderm. Pluripotent cell have the potential to give rise to any type of specialized cells of the human body. Pluri is derived from the Latin plurus means several or many. Toti means complete, all the type of the cells are produced. Pluri means only some type of produce. And then multipotent stem cells. What is the multipotent stem cells? Multipotent stem cells are the descendants of pluripotent stem cells. For example, hemopiotic stem cells which are found primary in the bone marrow. It gives rise to all the cells found in the blood, including RBC cells, white blood cells and the platelet cells. So this is the hemopiotic stem cells. Unipotent. What is the meaning of again? Uni means only single or one. Unipotent stem cells are the cells, the term that is usually applied to a cell in adult organism, and it is differentiating along many one lineage. Uni is derived from, uni means one, derived from the Latin word unus. Unus means it may be like one. The adult stem cell is many differentiate tissue are typically unipotent. Blood is made in bone marrow, blood cell developed. How the blood cell are developed? You can see here. First of all, the totipotent stem cell. From the totipotent stem cell, myeloid stem cells are from. This is the descendants of the totipotent cell, and the lymphoid lineage is formed. From the myeloid lineage, RBC cells and the CFU cells are nothing but the again the different types of cerebrospinal fluid cells. These are the another different type of the cells are produced, and from the lymphoid lineage, the white blood cells are produced. And see, the adult stem cell is an undifferentiated and specialized cell that is found in the differentiate specialized tissues. It becomes the specialized to yield all of the specialized cell types of the tissue from which it is originated. Adult stem cells are capable of self-renewal and lifetime of the organism. It can be renew itself. What are the sources again? You can get the sources from where? Like the first one, adult stem cell, bone marrow. You can collect from the bone marrow, blood stream, eye, and the development the descent dental pulp of the tooth, and then liver, skin, gastrointestinal tract, and the pancreas, and then brain. Is all in this all part. From all the tissues, you can get the adult stem cells. And again, the adult stem cells are the somatic cells. It is called as like a somatic stem cells. These are the undifferentiated cells. They are found in the small numbers in the most adult tissues. They can also be extracted from the umbilical cord and the blood. They are also called as the somatic stem cells. They are multipotent in nature, like hemopoietic stem cell, which are the formed from the various cell in the blood. Hemo means related to the blood. The total process start from the formation of blood cell from the hemopoietic stem cells. And what is the plasticity of the adult stem cells? Means it also shows from the bone marrow the different organs are formed, like a liver, central nervous system cell, and the bone marrow, and then this is the cardiac muscle, fat cells, cardiac cells, blood cells, nerve cells, and epithelial cells, muscle cells. Means all the different organs are you can form from the stem cells of the young one or the adults from the bone marrow. And what is the umbilical cord stem cells? Blood from the placenta and umbilical cord that are left over after the birth in the rich source of hemopoietic stem cells. From this, where we are collecting from the umbilical cord. These so-called umbilical cord stem cells have been shown to be able to differentiate into bone cells and the neurons, as well as the cells living inside of the blood cells. And cord blood cell, umbilical cord blood cell. In the blood stream of the umbilical cord, you can also get the embryonic stem cell. The umbilical cord and the placenta are rich source of the stem cells, and the cord blood cell collection is safe, simple procedure that poses no risk to the mother or the newborn baby. And cord blood stem cells, like the cord blood cells can grow into blood cells forming the immune system cells or the other type of the cells. Cord blood stem cells have been used to treat 70 different diseases including leukemia, lymphoma, and the inherited diseases. And this is again the embryonic stem cells are that derived from the embryos that can develop from the eggs that have been fertilized in vitro, and embryonic stem cells are never derived from eggs fertilized inside of a woman's body. Means we can never get from the woman's body, we can get from the in vitro, means where the development of the embryo in the laboratory. Human embryonic stem cells are derived from typically 4 or 5 days old embryo. And again, what are the properties of embryonic stem cells? It is derived from the inner cell mass of the blastocyst. The blastocyst is the developmental stages where they are capable of undergoing unlimited number of symmetrical divisions without differentiating, or the long-term self-renewal, exhibit full or the diploid normal complements of the chromosomes, pluripotent and Pluripotent embryonic stem cells can give rise to the differentiated cell types that are derived from all three primary germ layers like endoderm, mesoderm and the ectoderm. And then potential sources of human stem cells like the aborted fetal tissues, where we can get like a fetal tissue, excess embryos from fertility clinics, and embryos created through in vitro fertilization, especially in vitro fertilization, asexually created embryos by a human somatic cell nucleus transfer to an egg with its own nucleus removed. Other sources include the umbilical cord, blood and the bone marrow. Therefrom we can get this human stem cells. So this is an egg and embryo after the fertilization, the totipotent cell, the blastula formation, the blastocyst and the development of the fetus. From the blastocyst, the inner cell mass cells is combined with the fetal primordial germ cells, and after that culturing. As a result, the cultured pluripotent stem cells will be produced. And see, this is the stem cell therapy. Numerous diseases and damaged organs could potentially be treated with the cell therapy. Damaged organs can be treated with this process. Treatment of the neural diseases such as Parkinson disease, Huntington disease and the Alzheimer disease, which is also called as a memory loss. Repair or replace the damaged neurons, and repair of damaged organs such as the liver and pancreas, and treatment of the AIDS. You can take the cell therapy by the stem cells. And which type of the cells and which is the target disease. You can see here nerve cell. If the nerve cell is going to be damaged, then which type of the disease will take place and how the disease is treatment with the stem cell. First one is like a stroke, Parkinson disease, Alzheimer disease, spinal cord injury and the multiple sclerosis. And then heart muscles cell, heart attacks, that is the congestive heart failure, insulin producing cells like the diabetes and cartilage cell, osteoarthritis, blood cell and then cancer, immunodeficiencies. It may be treatment with these blood cells, and then inherited blood disease, leukemia, liver cell, that is the hepatitis and the cirrhosis, and skin disease, that is the burns or the wound healing, bone cells, osteoporosis, retinal eye cells, muscular degradation and skeletal muscle cells, muscular dystrophy. So possible uses of the tissues which is derived from the stem cells to target the diseases. These all type of the diseases may be cured from these stem cells. And see in this diagram, in this picture, you can see that all the different types of the organs are treated. What are the treatment here, like baldness, blindness, deafness and lung cancer, acute heart damage, genetic bone disease, diabetics too it also cure. There is the corn disease and the prostate disease, multiple site sclerosis and the stroke and the traumatic, that is the brain injury, Alzheimer disease, Parkinson disease and the missing of the tooth, missing teeth disease, and then amyotrophic lateral sclerosis and the muscular dystrophy, cirrhosis and then kidney cancer and osteoarthritis, rheumatoid disease and spinal cord injury. These all type of the diseases may cure from this by taking the stem cell therapy. And as last, we can come to the conclusion that the stem cells inside an embryo will eventually give rise to every cell, organ and the tissues in the fetus's body. Stem cells are unspecialized cells. Stem cells can divide and renew themselves for long period of time. Stem cells can divide and become the specific and specialized cell type of the body. Stem cells can replace the dying, old and the damaged cells. By this, we are end up with this topic.